And we're live! We're alive! After the stream died immediately before I've even started. Which is a great start to a stream, isn't it? But we are fine. We are okay. And hopefully things will be better because I upgraded the network over the weekend. The last weekend. So everything should be fine. But it could very well not be in the same measure. So, let's get in, let's have some fun, let's do some things. Because why not? And hope that the stream doesn't die. So, let's turn this music down for a minute. Just like so. And yeah, essentially, I'm just gonna crack on. We are doing some drum editing today, of all things. The project somehow managed to break my drums, so I have to redo them. I wanted to kind of redo them anyway, because they were kind of terrible. So, and I've also kind of got a little bit of a better grasp as to how the drum sound plugin thing actually works now. So, I think it's fine. And Lone Star, my friend, thank you for that look. Have a wonderful hide in the shadows for now, my friend. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things going on that I need to get sorted. But hopefully things will be fine, and we'll see how things go this stream. So, without further ado, let's get the bar open as per usual. There we are. Let's get a pina colada up on the bar for me. Although, I should probably change the water out, actually, on the end. I should probably change it over to... the one thing that keeps me going every day. Totally not endorsed or sponsored by Sneak at all. But if they want to reach out to me and do something in that regard, I would be more than happy to. It's great stuff. And I think they just released cans as well. So now you can get Sneak in a can as opposed to like having to prep it yourself, which is pretty damn awesome. But no, this stuff is 100% healthy. And it's much better for me than drinking Dr. Pepper every stream and completely destroying myself with sugar. So, give it a bit of a good old shake. And we'll be ready to go. Although, I will say, if you're sensitive to caffeine, I probably wouldn't recommend Sneak in general. Because it has a lot of it in. But anyway, that's what I will be drinking tonight at least. Just because I like drinking stuff during the stream. Keeps me hydrated as well. So, I think that is probably about it for right now. Other than the usual, thank you for joining me. And welcome. Hope you have a wonderful time. Let's get stuck in, shall we? Get doing some things. So, let's turn the music off. It's ended at a very nice point anyway. Let's jump over to our live screen. There we go. Currently rocking a rock on stream. Right, so let's get into some Cubase. Make some music and things. See where we're at. See what's going on. And hopefully everything will come to fruition. Here's a couple of other things that I've had a look at as well. Oh, this is something that I want to show just quickly, because I was going back through some projects and stuff. Obviously, here's the A Day to Remember one that I will be working on this evening. We'll get into that one in a second. But I did want to point out, because I was going through some old projects and stuff as well. There is a Woe Is Me Fame Over Demise acoustic thing, which needs a lot of work, to be honest. There's a Through Glass Stone Sour, again, needs a lot of work. Amy Winehouse Valerie, that's a cover as well. A bunch of different things in here from, just things that I've acquired over time. But most importantly, there is a Katy Perry Dark Horse Gent version. and I have to show this because it's amazing. It's not mixed, it's in no way like a finished product, but the underlying basics of what's there is absolutely going to be fun to work with at some point in the near future. Um, but I want to get some other bits and pieces out of the way first. So, without further ado, I'm going to let this play through a little bit, and we'll give it a listen because it's great. It's pretty good already. It's so good. Let's bring these vocals up a little bit though. There you go. Bring this down a touch as well. used either. So I've just lopped all that stuff off that's not needed, just to make it a little bit more lightweight, a little bit easier to work with, and then essentially reworked all of these outputs. Now the outputs in Contact are very awkward to work with. They're in this weird sort of state down here where it's fine if you're running the application on its own, just like as Contact standalone. This works fine, but when you put it inside of Cubase 10, it just really messes with stuff. So I actually had to click the little what is it, exclamation point, exclamation mark at the top, just to reset the audio engine of Contact, and then I also had to close and then reopen the project as well, just for these all to take effect properly. And then I also have to, wherever the button is, it's in here somewhere, this guy, the Activate Outputs button is in here, which gives you all of the extra bits and pieces. So I had to then enable each one of these according to the ones that I'd set up in Contact, and it was a massive faff and kerfuffle to get all of that sort of playing nicely with itself. Yeah, and all of this stuff to be routed to the correct channels, and then it's got auxes and stuff on the end as well, which got in the way a bit, and then, yeah, it was just a whole nightmare of things. But it is now currently fixed, and I don't particularly want to redo it again, because it was a massive pain to do. So this is the kit that we're working with. Now, we've got a couple of different choices on snares. We've got A, B, and C. We've got various different options for the kick in terms of being half open, dampened, open, etc. So there's a lot that we can do here. We've also got linear versus exponential versus fixed. I'm probably going to do exponential plus, just because I kind of feel that's a little bit more, I don't know, it just works a little bit better for me. And then we've got a little bit of randomization, which I'm going to throw in as well, probably just for velocity more so than anything. I might throw in a little bit of variation for that, so we can randomize a couple of things. Don't know if I might put some sort of a time delay on there. Probably not going to do tone. Might just do like velocity, and then yeah, velocity and time, I think, maybe the two that we do. But I think we're all okay for that. So let's have a look-see, because I've also got to balance out all of these different things in here as well, and get everything sounding the way I want. But the main thing to do is I need to make sure the EQs are disabled. Mixer is set to init, which is initialized, so that's fine. Okay, so we're good. Where is my keyboard at? Okay. Cool. Right. So that gets that out of the way. So now we should have this, which is much nicer at the moment. So that's all nice and working for me. Let me just tweak this up as well. There we go. Ooh, those drums are a bit loud. Toms might be a bit loud. Anyway, so that's what we've got going on there. Might as well play the whole track as well, just to give you a flavour of what we've got so far. That drum is really loud now. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Actually, maybe we keep it linear. Things aren't always what they seem.
Said I never let you go, and I never did. Said I never let you fall, that I always meant it. Didn't have a chance,
Well, I never did.
You'll always find me right there.
Again.
I'm going crazy. There are things in the streets I
Don't believe.
so pretend it's alright.
Stay for the night. What a world. I'll keep you safe here with me.
With me, I said I never let you go, and I never did. Said I never let you fall, that I always meant it. Didn't have a chance, well I never did. You'll always find me right there. I said I never let you go, and I never did. I said I never let you fall,
All and I always meant it.
didn't have a chance, well I never did. You'll always find me right there.
Again.
Got me on the outside looking in. I can't see it all with the weight of the world.
On my shoulders.
Just wanna see me fall. Got me on the outside looking in. I can't see it all with the weight of the world on my shoulders.
Just wanna see me fall. And me.
I said I never let you go, and I never did. Said I never let you fall, that I always meant it. Didn't have a chance, well I never did. You'll always find me right there. I said I never let you go, that I never did. I said I never let you fall, that I always meant it. Didn't have a chance, well I never did. You'll always find me right there. Said I never let you go, and I never did. I said I never let you go, and I never did. I said I never let you go, and I never did. I said I never let you go, and I never did.
So there you go. That is the song in its current form. I don't know why this is something that's been plaguing me for ages, and it's only been happening since I moved to Windows 10, where this real-time peak just literally will not stop maxing out, and it means that I can't use external hardware, and I can't figure out what's causing it. It's like there's literally nothing in here that I can think of. It's iCloud though. Because like all of this stuff needs to run, but I'm like, maybe if I turn on silent mode for, I don't know, a day. Fuck it. Let's shut that up. See if that helps. Probably not, but at least it will keep it out of my way for now. Anyway, that is that. So let's have a look and see what I want to do with these. Let's go back to the beginning. And let's start mixing some things. Right, kick time. So let's have a look. Maybe put it in with the bass. It's tuning the tom though. Let's go kick. There we go. Because I don't want it to be too close to the bass is the thing. Because otherwise they're going to conflict, and that's not going to be easy to work with. Is that just softening it though? Yeah. because I mean the bass guitar is following the drum mostly anyway, so that's kind of gonna back it up. So that should hopefully give it that little bit of top end boosty boy that we need. It's just finding like the right tone of it though as well. Because that really plays nicely with the bass now. Let's take these out. Okay, let's rewind it back to the beginning. If I can do that with my controller. Give it that, I think, for now. We can always tweak it later. Let's actually stick it in with the mono overhead, I think, and the mono room. See how that plays together. Okay, it doesn't really make all that much of a difference, if I'm honest. Yeah, it's nice and tight with the bass, which is what I want it to be. So that's fine. So let's take those out. Let's bring it back in.
Said I never let you fall, that I always meant it. Didn't have a chance, well I never did. You'll always find me right there again. Said I
Okay, and I've still got it soloed here, which is why it sounded weird.
never let you go, that I never did. I said I never let you fall, that I always meant it. Didn't have a chance, well I never did. You'll always find me right there.
Hey, badass. Hey, badass. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Hope things are well. We're just working on some drums today. And hopefully going to make them sound absolutely beautiful. So. But yes, welcome in. So the main thing with the kick is also then going to be balancing the overhead and the room mix, but that we can all do later. We can always do that later on, so that should be fine for now. I think actually, I don't know if it's worth just turning off the overheads in the rooms, or at least the room for now. But we'll see when we get there, I think. So I think in terms of kick drum wise, I think we're good there, with the basics at least. Let's find, oh, that's the other thing I need to do with that, is if I wanted it half open or what have you. Let's solo this stuff. Oh, headache. Damn it. Well, let's hope that the headache just dissipates itself really quickly, and then hopefully you'll be feeling better in no time. But yeah, headaches suck, man. I mean, I guess it's like not too bad. I mean, a migraine would be worse because that just really is not fun. But yeah, I wish you well, friend. So, I think that's probably fine. I just need to determine whether I want it dampened, half open, or open. Right, let's solo it out and let's give it a listen. Now I can tweak this. Had one yesterday that lasted all day. Oh man, that sounds horrible. I hate it when that happens and it's like it just won't go away for the whole day, and it's just like I just need it to go away at this point. It's like, yeah. Yeah, it's never fun, unfortunately, but and then sometimes as well, like you'll just be going about your your regular day, and then all of a sudden it'll just be like, boom, hello, I'm a headache, and then you're just like, no, not right now, I've got things to do. I think I like it half open. It's got like a really nice punch to it with that. So yeah. I guess the only thing that I can say with headaches and stuff is if you've at least taken something for it, that should help it a little bit, even if it doesn't, get rid of it completely. It might help just to sort of settle it down a bit, so you can at least, what's the word I'm looking for? Not ignore it, but like lessen its impact, I guess. Right, so that's that sorted for that. I think the randomize I will do at the very end. Because otherwise that's really going to mess with stuff. Oh, no, I didn't want to open that. Right, so I think that's good for the kick wise. Yeah, I think I'm going to roll with that. That seems a-okay to me. Just trying to think what else might need to be done for Mr. Kick over here. Oh, the in and out mic as well. That's another good thing I need to tweak. Can I reset these? Yeah. Yeah, badass. See, this is the thing at the minute with the whole streaming thing is I'm not very consistent in general anyway. So when I do think, oh, do you know what, I might stream tonight, it's more just the sake of essentially me trying to, well, get back on track with stuff because I'm bad at it. There's like a running joke at the minute between pretty much everyone in Fran's Discord that essentially I don't stream very often. Which is true, I don't stream very often. I need to do it more. But that's really going to bug me, actually, that thing. But yeah, essentially the whole working thing kind of gets in the way a lot of the time. Like having, what is it, I think 40 hours a week consistently non-stop of being sat behind a computer screen solving other people's computer problems, to then go live on Twitch and then like whatever throughout the week is just absolutely not possible for me. Like, I just don't have the mental capacity at the minute to deal with everything that goes on at work and then also come home and stream in the evening. It's far too much for me to do. Um, so, plus all the other stuff that life throws in the way of things. With the whole, like, looking after myself, coronavirus taking over the fucking world at the moment as well. Um, things that I need to get done around here as well. Um, upgrading stream things, upgrading computer systems to do, less annoying things while I'm live on stream. Like, the beginning of this stream is a good example of that. I had it sat on the starting stream screen, and then all of a sudden, the application Streamlabs OBS just completely crashes, and without warning, the stream is just gone. I was just like, Streamlabs? What? What is going on? And so, yeah, stuff like that just, yeah, makes it harder for me to want to stream in the first place. But it is something I need to get back into. Because also, as well, before I switched jobs, like a year or so ago now, I think it is, I used to do a thing on Friday because I had a much, shorter working week, in terms of less hours in a week. So with that in mind, I used to do a thing on Fridays, which was every single Friday without fail, we used to play Dragon Age Inquisition, and I called it Dragon Age Friday. So I need to maybe look at bringing that back. But then also there is a Community Night in France Discord, as well, with things like Cards Against Humanity, Uno, and more recently as well, Community Nights on, some Fridays. It's still kind of getting the ball rolling. But we've also started doing movie nights as well, where everyone can, pick a movie, or suggest a movie or what have you, and then I will stream that some Fridays out of a month. Ideally, it's going to be about 2 Fridays every single month if I can, just so that it kind of alternates between things. So that's kind of where that's sort of heading, with stuff. But yeah, and then Saturday is typically my stream day. But then it all depends on what's going on, what's happening this week, and so on and so forth. Because sometimes it just, like with all things, you're just not in the mood to stream at certain times. So then I'm just like, I could stream something, but I kind of don't really feel like it. I haven't got like the energy to do it. So I can't like bring you guys a really good stream if I'm in that kind of a state. It's not something that is like beneficial to Twitch and you guys in general. To just kind of see me doing a stream for the sake of doing a stream, not actually enjoying it properly. So it's like, eventually I'll get to a point where I'm like, okay, everything's fine, everything's happy, I haven't got a shit ton of stuff to do, and I can just get back into doing things more consistently. And that's one of the things that I also said to myself at the beginning, at the end of last year, into the beginning of this year, is that I wanted to stream more this year, which so far has not been going well. So I want to change that at the very least. So here I am on stream doing things. And also as well, at the end of last year, Christmas kind of came around, and then stream got a little bit of an upgrade in terms of camera and stuff. So, and I did a little bit of a rework of the whole stream layout and UI and things as well. So things look a bit better than they did before. But I mean, that's just like an ongoing thing anyway. Is stream improvements and stuff. And actually, that does remind me, I still have because I think it was the beginning of this year. Twitch actually did their first payout for my channel, which is absolutely amazing, and I can't thank all of you guys enough for helping us get to that point. So I've got a little bit of reserve there to kind of bring other new improvements to stream. But I don't quite know what I'm going to do for that just yet. As you can see up the top as well, we do have I think it's a bit goal. I can't remember. Yeah, it's a bit goal. So bits go into the goal at the top, which is for sub badges, because those have been a thing for a while now, and I haven't actually had the time to work with the artist called Niempty, also known as the Whale Tail on Twitter, who has also done, if you look in our Tiki bar, the wonderful Tiki Tim, which is that way. The little Tiki guy down there. So Niempty wonderfully did that for me, which was very, very nice. And it turned out absolutely fantastic, a lot better than I was expecting it to do. But yeah, it's a little Tiki cuddling a voodoo doll, or a hoodoo doll, if you want to. In the kind of channel colours, in the purple and the green there. So, yeah, he's cute. I like him. He's also our tier 1 emote as well, which is kind of amazing, really. There is also a hype as a tier 1 emote as well for subscribers as well. And then hopefully over time we'll unlock more emote slots and stuff, which would be great. But all of that's just like a side note. I just do the streaming thing for the fun, really. Also, if I can get anybody a drink while I'm in the Tiki bar, do let me know, and I will get it up on the bar for you. We have a very colourful bar, as you can probably tell. So, oh hey, look at that with the Tiki. Because I also forget as well, you can unlock them with stream points as well. That's a thing with the channel points, which is really cool. I don't know if I can see like the channel point redeems actually. I don't think they show up in the activity feed. I think they just like, boom, hello, I'm an emote. But yeah. But no, I like Tiki Tim. He's cool. Niempty did a wonderful job on that one. So yeah. But yeah, Niempty hopefully will be able to do the sub badges as well. Which reminds me, actually, if anyone wants a sneak peek at sub badges, I can show you all what they would eventually look like once I get them all sorted out. Hoodoo Hut. Let's have a look. Where did I put them, though? Did I put them in Twitch? Is that where I put them? Badges, there we go. Was it the concepts or the skeletons? Probably best to show you the skeleton ones, actually. Bird. Let's go here. Let's do extra large as well. Which one is it? This one, I think, is the one that I need to do. Yeah, there we go. So essentially, it'll look something similar to that. These obviously kind of denoting a couple of bits and pieces. So I can't remember how the Twitch badge thing works. I can't remember how many there are or what affiliates have access to. I think it's only the 1 year version, so it'll be the base, the 3 month, 6th, and 1 year, I think is how it goes. But there'll be like little potion vial type things, getting more and more fancy as they go up. So you've got like the base one, which is just your basic sort of tube, into something a little bit more fancy, and then something with like a glass stop at the top, and then something very, very good for like the top tier, longest possible subscriber, basically. So that's one version of them. That's what I will be giving to the artist, whoever they may be, whether it's Niempty if they're happy to take that on, or whoever. That'll be that. But then there are also the original concepts that I found on the interweb as well. So the concept versions look a little something like that. So they're a little bit more sort of fleshed out and things, but these I can't use because they're like copyrighted by others. So I just wanted to kind of use those as like an inspiration for designs, and then I'll hand it over to an artist using the skeletons. Let me actually put these side by side. So then these I basically drew over and did my own kind of like basic version of into this kind of form, and then eventually they'll get turned into something very similar, more than likely. But each with their own sort of unique twist on them. So like this one has a tag on it, the other one isn't going to, and so on and so forth. Like this is probably isn't going to have the string there. Same thing for this one. This will probably have like a different design to it, and so on and so forth. So, but again, it's just like sketchy. So, but yes, so that is what is kind of in the works in the background for stuff. And then we'll see how it goes. I might actually have enough in reserve to get them done early, and then maybe we can reset the sub goal, or the what do you call it, the bit goal. Maybe we can reset that at some point. But yeah, that's kind of stuff that's in the works. I'm pretty sure I've shown that off a couple of times before, but yes, that's what will be coming. So yeah, so there we go. Fun things. But no, stream will get upgraded and tweaked and things over time eventually. It's just going to take a long time to get there, but if you enjoy your time here, do spread the word, share stream, and all that kind of good stuff as well. Bring other people in. We do also raid others as well, just to go and share the love across Twitch as well. So plenty of things to do. So yes, but most of all, it's all thanks to you guys for hanging out with me. At the very least, and giving your time, because time is precious, unfortunately. Everything has to come to an end at some point, and unfortunately that may be sooner than we think, or it may be unexpected. So make the most of it, I say. So anyway, enough talk on things, because I think we've covered the basics. But no, so things are coming along nicely. That doesn't seem normal. Why is that 55 degrees? Anyway, I'll have to have a look at that at some point. So kick, I was doing the in and out mics for. Let's listen to just the out mic. And then just the in mic. Okay. So the in one is like all the punch. I think maybe balance it there should be fine. Seems okay. Yeah, we'll go for that. Let's put it in with the mix on the drums. Let's reset them both and just bring that one up a tiny bit like that. Right, let's rewind that back to the left locator. See, I also don't know why this is coming out of the left side. That just sounds very weird. But anyway, I'll have to figure that out. Contacts doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me sometimes. But I think I'm liking that drum. Let's bring this back to the beginning. And we'll bring it all in together. See how it sounds so far. Ah. Why is it glitching so much? That's really annoying. Give me a second.
So cling to what you know and never let go. You should know things aren't always what they say. I said I'd never let you go, and I never did. Said I'd never let you fall, that I always meant it. Didn't have a chance, well I never did. You'll always find me right there again. Yeah, I'm going crazy. There are things in the streets I don't believe. So pretend it's alright. Stay for the night. What world I'll keep you safe in with me. With me. I said I'd never let you go, and I never did. Said I'd never let you fall, and I always meant it. Didn't have a chance, well I never did. You'll always find me right there again. I said I'd never let you go, and I never did. I said I'd never let you fall, and I always meant it. Didn't have a chance, well I never did. You'll always find me right there again. Got me on the outside looking in. And I can't see it all with the weight of the world on my shoulders. Just wanna see me fall. Got me on the outside looking in. And I can't see it all with the weight of the world on my shoulders. Just wanna see me fall. I said I'd never let you go, and I never did. Said I'd never let you fall, and I always meant it. Didn't have a chance, well I never did. You'll always find me right there again. I said I'd never let you go, and I never did. I said I'd never let you fall, and I always meant it. Didn't have a chance, well I never did. You'll always find me right there again. I said I'd never let you go, and I never did. I said I'd never let you go, and I never did. I said I'd never let you go, and I never did. I said I'd never let you go, and I never did.
Okay, drum-wise I think it's sounding good so far. Kick is definitely a lot more noticeable than it was previously. And I cannot for the life of me figure out why this weird spike is happening. It's really irritating, though, because it shouldn't be happening, but yet it is constantly. And I thought I managed to fix it because I thought it was my like the application I use that goes between two different PCs. Allows me to move the mouse and keyboard from one to another, but evidently that's not the case. It's just doing this constantly, which means I can't use external hardware, which is kind of irritating. The system could need a reboot though. It has been up and online for about just over a day, but obviously I'm not going to reboot it now because there's no point I'm streaming. But I need to change this processor out. It's kind of doing my head in, to be honest. So that's one of the many stream upgrades that needs to happen, because that CPU is like 9 years old at this point, if not older. So I need to change that, because it is not very, very like good in terms of performance anymore. It used to be, but it's not worth it anymore. But I need to save up myself and do that. That's more a me thing than a stream thing. But who knows? Maybe at some point that'll be a thing. But I suffer with it for now. We can survive. We can live. It's not too bad. So I think I'm happy with the kick for now. I will probably come back and revisit it, but for now we're fine. So snare is the next thing. And that's going to be an interesting one because we've got 3 different options to choose from. We've got snare A, snare B, which I don't think it's going to be snare B, or we've got option C. So it's probably going to be between A and C, I think. So I think we'll just have to kind of play around and see. Right, let's do... Actually, let's take vocals out. Let's go into the groups. Let's take all of the vocals out for now and just leave it as lead, rhythm, bass, and drums. That should hopefully help. Right, let's set it to beginning. And then we'll have a play with the snare. Kind of like A, to be honest. B is not going to work. Yeah, B is not going to work. Maybe take the bass out as well, it's getting a little in the way. I think C's just too much. Like, C just gets lost too much. Actually, I'm wondering if I can actually map this to a quick control. Give me a second. Quick controls. Let's see. Can I take quick control number 1 and map it to U? No, I cannot, because Native Instruments is terrible and they don't map their keys properly. Or they don't allow me to map them very well. At least I can't learn them in that way. Wait, Cubase has a very, very nice thing where you can just search for stuff now. Although it's not going to show it to me in that one, is it? No, it's not. Why does it have to be so awkward? Alright, it's not going to be there, it's not going to be there, it's not going to be that, it's not going to be that, it's not going to be that, that, or let's minimize them all out of the way. Doesn't give me a lot of options for stuff. And I don't want to just randomly pick a number out of thin air because that's not going to work very well either. I wish Native Instruments would make this a lot more easy, like a lot more friendly to work with. Because it's really not at the minute, unfortunately. Because I wanted to like put this on like a physical dial so that I can actually like have a little bit more control over it, but I can't do that, unfortunately. And there's no option for me to do that in Contact either. There's no like learn CC or whatever. How unfortunate. Unless there is a way to do it. And I just don't have enough info on things. CPU overload protection by killing voices. Err. That might help. 8 cores, of course. Okay, well, that's fine. Sound like a Minecraft villager. Yeah, I don't think there's a way of doing it. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it as is. It's probably going to be around here somewhere anyway. We'll just fine-tune it to fit, I think. No, I moved my I moved my thing. I didn't want to move the thing. Now I've got to reset the thing. Okay, that resets the beginning of it. And then I need to reset the end. Let's reset you to there, I think. Is that it? Yeah, no worries, badass. Right, I can turn that loop off now because I don't need the loop. But I do want to do that thing. There we go. Okay, there we go. Much happier with the snare. I've decided to actually leave it back on C. It's just the one that seemed to be speaking the most to me. Let's also take it into solo for a second. Let's also solo out the kit. Let's also rewind it back to the beginning where there's a lot of snare going on. And we'll just fine tune in the hold. Okay, that seems okay. And then the last things we've got to do is all of these. Okay, I want a little bit of bleed in there. Let's listen to just the top. And then just the bottom. Let's rewind to the beginning as well. Okay, so that's going to give me that snare sound. And that's going to give me the absolute weight of it as well. I think I want more weight than snare, though. I think I'm going to do something like that, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, that sounded really good. Okay, yeah, I like the way that sounds. Let's see if there's any other options for our snare friend. Let me just make sure it's actually selected on the snare. Does that take me to options? No, that just tells me I can unload it. That's fine. Okay, there we go. So that's that. Center right. Or center left right. Probably center left right, actually. Yeah. Let's give that a try. Let's listen to that. Let's go back to the beginning. And then we'll just solo the snare out. Okay, I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Wait, I should probably figure out what note I'm on. Because it's probably on like C something or other. Or B something or other rather. Because I think C1 is the kick, isn't it? Yeah. C1 is the kick. So then, let's have a look at what I'm actually using. Okay. So what are they? A sharp 4s. Okay, so it is center, left, right anyway for D1, which is the snare. So that's what I want it to be, because I want it to be like a kind of thing, which is fine. Okay, that is all a-okay by me. Alright, that makes that a lot more sense then. Okay, so I don't need to do anything with that, because that's already set as it should be. I probably shouldn't touch these all that much, actually. Should probably do it in here. It's probably fine. So that's fine. So I just need to really worry about the kit and the mixer then. Okie doke. So let's have a look at what do I want to do next. Hi-hats. What's next in my mixer? I think hi-hats is next. Let's turn these off. Let's give the hi-hat a go. Where does that come in? Here somewhere, I think. Yeah. So actually what we'll do, we'll take this point here, and then I'll set a locator between these for now. And then we can loop that. Where's my loop button? Cycle. There we go. Let's do that back. Actually, let's just go to left locator, do that. There we go. Because now we can hear just the hi-hat on its own. I can play around with it as much as I prefer. Wait, why is that going to the snare output? There we go. That was a weird glitch for a second. I was like, why is it going to the snare and it's not? Okay. Oh my crikey. Okay, I think I need to put that in the mix, really. That's what an entrance. That's what I can say. Welcome, Fran. Good to see you in here. How have things been? I know you were super tired yesterday. That does bring me on to a point as well. If you do want me to run Passengers again at some point, then do let me know when you would want to do that one, and I can stream it through Cast again, because it was actually me and Kaya watched it last night, and it was actually a really fucking good movie. So definitely more than I expected it to be, without giving too much away. But I'll leave it as that for now, because otherwise I'll get into too much. But needless to say, it was a good night, and I didn't even need the 55-gallon barrel. But yes, hey Lone Star, how's it going, my friend? How was community night as well? I was thinking maybe I could be there or whatever, but then I'm just like, I don't stream enough. So I was like, do you know what? I've got a real hankering for streaming tonight. So I was like, yeah, I'll prep that and do that. But welcome on in, guys. Also, as well, if you'd like anything from the very, I should start putting cobwebs on this screen, shouldn't I? Really, but when I haven't streamed enough, like little cobwebs up here, all along the top, and then like a little spider in the corner somewhere. I might do that just for fun, actually. Zombie, no worries. There we go. One zombie coming up. So, more childhood nostalgia. There is so much. There is so much nostalgia that could be covered. Get the cobwebs out with a goose. I mean, maybe. Maybe that's the thing that we can do. I don't know. But yeah. And also, I always forget what Lone's drink is. Is it this one? Number 10? I seem to recall. Maybe. Is that the one? I think the reason I remember that it's number 10 is because nobody ever gets enough of it. Girliest drink I have. What? Cosmo. I mean, in the same glass as a martini, but it's not as manly. I should stop before I'm... I should stop while I'm ahead. Another thing that Lone doesn't get. Anyway, we'll leave it. We'll leave the bar as it stands. What happened to the zombie? Fucking hell! My controller's on the blink tonight. But yeah, I think I will have to add the cobwebs, won't I? I think that's going to be a thing I need to do. Just looking at it. I don't know. I'll look into it. I'll see what I can find to overlay, and then we'll do that, I think, somewhere along the line. But yeah. All the I was gonna say all the coughing, all the laughing. What? Yeah. And a few months of flying around. Well, I can't use Flybe anymore if I'm flying around. Because Flybe don't fucking exist. Which is a bit of a shame, but, you know. Hey ho. So, yeah. So that's where that ends. But yeah, I felt like doing some of the audio stuff again because I haven't done it in a very long time, and I was just like, do you know what? I'm going to do some audio stuff this evening because, I mean, I'm probably rusty on it by now anyway. So yeah. So I'm going to tweak this hi-hat, and then I'm going to hopefully tune it correctly. Where's my hi-hat? There we go. But see, I don't know where it needs to be is the thing. Okay, there's no hi-hat here, so that's fine. I mean, here's the kit itself. It's not bad. It's going to get better over time. The snare does sound a bit weak, though, actually. You might be onto something, actually. The capper might not have been far wrong. Streaming schedule. Who said I had a streaming schedule? Since when have I had a streaming schedule? I don't have a streaming schedule. No, it's every month. It's once a month. We've established this by now. I didn't do one in January. I did one in February. I'm now doing one in March. And the last one was like December or something, I think. Yeah, like 5 weeks-ish. Probably more accurate. Maybe. I don't know anymore. Oh, this is why it sounds wrong. Yeah, there we go.
Always find me right there again. I said I'd never let you go, that I never did. I said I'd never let you fall, that I always meant it. Didn't have a chance, well I never did. You'll always find me right there again. Got me on the outside looking in, and I can't see it all.
Okay, there we go. Snare is tweaked slightly. Let's go back to our friend the hi-hat.
Do what you know, and never let go. You should know things aren't always what they say. I said I'd never let you go, and I never.
I can't tell if I want the hi-hat tuned lower or tuned higher. Don't know which way it should go. Now make K-pop. I mean, we had Gent earlier on. I was showing off a little bit of upcoming Gent that might be happening. Actually, do you know what? Let me save this in this state. Oh, by the way, look at my recent projects. Frenetic. Like this is the thing in my recent history. It's like Jester's entrance, unacceptable. Unicorn Zombie Apocalypse, wake up, way up. That's the Rick and Morty one. Sugar Tits. Senpai is down here. What else we got? Numa is down there. Pet Colacanth, all that kind of stuff. All of that is in there. Tiny Box Tim is in there as well. What was one of the ones I wanted to extend, actually? Is that in this list? I can't remember which one it was now. I don't think it's in this list. Which is odd, because these would have been the ones that were done recently. I will have to dig that one out. And yes, more soon. Which reminds me, those need to get added into the commands channel so that I can actually remember to do them and put links to them. Because there's been so many. Like, I can remember a handful that we need, but there's just so fucking many. There's so many. There's some that need to be extended as well, which I need to look at and do. I think Unicorn Zombie Apocalypse might have been one of the ones to extend. I got Just Vida's Screamix in here as well. That I keep hitting a roadblock with that one, and I can't seem to make like any good progress on it at the minute, and it's really frustrating me because I just want to get that one done. Because I know Vida has been waiting on that one for a long time. So if I can get that done on or off stream, that would be fine. Can we have a stripper one? Yeah, I don't see why not. I guess the only thing with that one is if Twitch doesn't like it as opposed to me. It's the only thing I can think of. Which does remind me for 1 second. Is it F5, I think? Let me pull this over. Because there is a thing that I can do in all of this. Where is it? It's under Sennheiser. This thing. Now, I will prefix this by saying, Twitch, please don't hate me. But I will only play a handful of these because I know Twitch will be very fucking sensitive about it. As you can tell by the titles, if you can see said titles, I have an entire vocal sample pack just devoted to this stuff. So let me find a thing, because I also actually, do you know what? I will give you a behind the scenes to one of Mistwalker's alerts that he's had for I think it's his subscriber alert, actually. Let me dig that out because you will absolutely love it. Let me do open. So let me go back to my project drive. Let me look for in here clients Mistwalker, the yes oh my god alert, if anybody is familiar with this one. I'm going to switch mode here for a moment, but secret behind the scenes to Mistwalker's Twitch alert, there is actually two versions of that alert. There's the one that Mistwalker has currently on his stream, which sounds a bit like so. Hold on, let me make that less painful on everyone's ears. So this is the one that Twitch currently, or that Mistwalker uses for Twitch. So that's the one that Mist uses. Now, on the flip side of that one, there is also this alternate version. And I did put this to Mist, and he chose not to use it, which I think is a bit of a shame. But here we go. He chose not to use that one. I'm like... I'm just like... Okay, I can see why that's not going to get used. So yeah, that was the alternative version that I made for it. Mostly as a joke. Yeah, mostly as a joke, but in part kind of serious at the same time. But yeah, I made that, and I was like, yeah, I'll send that over as well, just because it's fun. But yeah, But yeah, that's great. I fucking love like making that alone was just as fun. Um, so yeah. Anyway, let's not save that one because there were no changes. Um, but yeah, I've had fun doing some of Mist's commands and like alerts and stuff. They have been fun to do. I don't know if there's any others actually that will spark some sort of a reminder. Oh yeah, he wanted me to do like a stream ending thing, which I don't think got used in the end. There's the show me what you got alert as well. Um, I don't know if he uses that one anymore actually. I don't know if he's changed that one since. Wait, no, that's his raid one. I was like, what command is that anymore? um, but yeah, so that one I don't know if that's still in use. I think it might be. There's the raw strength one, which I originally did, but then that got replaced by a better version because the one that I had I wasn't happy with either. I did my best with it, but I wasn't happy with it. There's the Braveheart alert, which everyone's seen as well, which is raids, I think. Yeah, because the Show Me What You Got one is hosts. The Braveheart one is raids, I believe. And then there was an applause one, which was for a Shia LaBeouf one. I think it was a Shia LaBeouf one, something like that. I made that as a weird one. But yeah, in here there's a couple of different things. There's the Just Vita one. There's an entrance for Flag that I made a while back. Blade the Eclipse stuff in here, and here is all of the Frenetic stuff. So in here I have Shrubbery, Adorable, Hello, or Bastards, Bye Bye Baby, Blacksmith, Blow, Bruce Almighty's one, Bye Bye, the Spell command, as you probably know it as, but that's in there. That's a song by Trojan, which is hilarious. I've got multiple Catbug ones. Oh, that was another one we needed, was a new Catbug one. I seem to recall that one, about peanut butter squares. I need to find that. Wait, I don't know if that might already be in that project. Let me change the file type. Oh yeah, it's got the best of Catbug, so it should have that audio in there, so I might not need anything for that, actually. Then we've got Cool, Danny Dean, my Dark Hoodenborough one, which I'm very happy with. That turned out better than I expected it to. Duff Harrington, Llamas, Little John, so on and so forth. There's like, what, how many in here? Too many to count. So, yeah, plenty of things going on. So,
Do what you know, never let go. You should know
things aren't always what they seem.
said I never let you go, that I never did. Said I never let you fall, that I always did. Do what you know, never let go. You should know things aren't always what they seem. Said I never let you go, that I never did. Said do what you know, never let go. You should know things aren't always what they seem. Said I never let you go, that I never did. Said I never let do what you know, never let go. You should know.
Things aren't always what they seem. I really can't tell on these hi-hats. they're just at such a weird pitch that my brain can't tell where they should be. Because I still want them to sound natural. think it needs to be tuned up more so, but not by as much as it was before. But I just can't pinpoint exactly where it needs to sit. I'm going to leave it there because otherwise I'm going to be messing with it too much, and then it's not going to be that sounds crazy. But yeah, otherwise I'm going to be sat here for way more hours than I need to be, and then my ears are going to get tired, and I'm not going to be able to put it anywhere at all. So I need to take a break from that one, come back to it at a later point in time, and then we'll be able to hopefully fit it in a bit better. But I think that's as much as I want to do on that hi-hat for now. I will come back to it later on. What is next up in our queue of things? Toms, by the looks of things. They're going to be fun. Because they're going to be tricky, because they're not throughout. Okay, let's find some Tom goodness. That's a good place to be, I think. Let's go from 32. Yeah, let's go from there, and then we'll end it on 34, I think. It's a good place to go. Then we'll loop it back to there, cycle it. I think that's fine, though. Let's just solo this guy out. To maybe take some of the attack off it. So I don't want it to be like this super crazy thing in the middle of everything. Maybe take the decay off. Make it a little bit more snappy. But I don't want it to sound like dead though. Just want it to be a little bit tighter in the middle, because that's just too sloppy, you know. Just tighten it up a little. Yeah, I think that's fine. Right, let's take that out. Let's bring in Tom 4 as well. It's gonna be this guy, big old beefy dude. Let's just bring that in as well. Yeah, it's not as like boomy as anymore. It's a lot more controlled. Let's bring it in with the kick and just make sure it's not interfering there. Maybe take some of the attack off that one as well, like we did the other. Yeah, that sounds alright. Let's bring it in with the whole kit. Nice. Okay, that's that one all sorted then. Okay, so we've done kick, snare, hi-hat, and toms. That's most of the kit done. So we're down, what, through all of that? So we've got like less than half the kit left, which includes cymbals of all different kinds, and all of these are going to be in the overhead mix now. Every single one of these will be in that part. So that should be fine. And there's not really a lot we can change out here, symbol-wise, unfortunately. That's just one of the limitations of the Abbey Road drummer thing. I do want to look at things like what is it, Superior Drummer, I think. Just see if that's easier to work with when it comes to drum kits and stuff, and having like more choice over like cymbals and kicks and stuff. In actual fact, let me have a butcher's at that now, because I think it's Superior Drummer. I think. Could be wrong on that though. Let me have a look. Let's have a look-see. I think it's this stuff mainly, where you can like go in and choose your stuff. So like drums, down here you can like pick out from like name brand stuff. Where's the thing where they were like, or is it even this that I'm thinking of? Is this what I'm thinking of though? Oh, I don't think it is. There's one where you can like choose all the different symbols, and I can't think of what it is. Which one is it? Is it Addictive Drums, maybe? Could that be the one I'm thinking of? I can't remember for the life of me now. Yeah, I think it was Addictive Drums. This thing. Where you can like go through and you can pick like zildjians and tammers and all this kind of stuff, and you can have like a whole bunch of different things. You can like really dive in and tweak stuff in that way. So that's what I think I was looking at. Kit piece packs. There we go. yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking of. So you can get like, you know, DW stuff, and you can get Pearl Masterworks stuff, Ludwig, Sonas, all these kind of things. So you can get all this extra stuff on here. AD packs, I can't remember what they are. But yeah, you can get like all these different extra bits and pieces um, for really, really tweaking it and stuff. I might have to get a demo at some point. What's a demo like, actually? So we've got addictive drums. Oh, there's no time limit on that one. That's interesting. So you get like the downloader and stuff. I might have to look into it and just decide what I want to do. Because it was either this or one other one, and I really cannot remember the name of things, but I think it might have been this one. Because Superior Drummer, I don't think allows you to choose from things. Yeah, good tissues are great. There's nothing worse than like a rough or scratchy tissue, because then it just leaves everything sore and it doesn't help, is what I find. Like a nice, good, soft tissue. It's great for that sort of stuff. It's either that or Superior Drummer, quite honestly. Puff Brand, never heard of those, to be honest. I might have to look at that. Because yeah, this is just like 7 kicks, 25 snares, 16 kicks, and stuff like that, and then it gives you like a stupidly large number of samples, which I don't have the space for anymore, unfortunately. I've probably got what, like 15 gig left on my 15 gig left on that drive for VSTs and samples and stuff like that. So I haven't got like a massive amount. So yeah, I think it might have been addictive drums. I need to look into it more though, to be honest, and find out what stuff is and where I can get things. But I think having something where I can like change out the cymbals and create an entirely custom kit, as opposed to like the semi-custom kits of Native Instruments, might be better. But then it's all, how does that integrate into like mixing different thing, mixing the individual components like I'm doing here with, like I've got access to the kick, snare, toms, etc. I need to look at the options that are available for the other drum instruments in that regard as well, because there's no point having a drum kit if I can't, like a drum plugin like this, if I can't split it out and like edit each individual component manually. Because while I do like some of the built-in stuff, it's kind of convenient. There's some things that you just can't do in here. Like the mixer in here only has one type of compressor. Whereas if I wanted to use, say, let's go into dynamics for a second. Let's say I wanted to use a, I don't know, 1176. I could use that compressor instead of this solid bus comp, which is fine for most things, but if I wanted to, I don't know, use if I wanted to use like an API, for example, I've got this very nice API 2500 that is relatively expensive in plugin world, but even more so in real world. But I've got this really nice selection of compressors that I can use stuff with. I've even got a 160 as well that I could use. So I've got a lot more tonal options there than I have inside of here, and that's why I'm breaking it out this way and making life essentially difficult. Making life more difficult for myself in some respects. So then all of it will go through this lot and get processed. So like I might use a DBX 160 here, and then like an API EQ, maybe the like 550B for example. I might use one of these guys for EQ, just to give it a different flavor to it. Much like if you were putting like spices and stuff in food, it's the same kind of thing. It alters the it alters like the overall finished product, but you only need like a tiny bit of it to make a big impact. So it's that sort of thing. So there we go. Okay, so drums are sorted for the main parts. So let's have a look at good old overheads and things, because that's going to be interesting. Let's do stereo for a moment. Let's root that. Turn that off. Let's nudge this a couple of places. I don't know why this ends up being panned weird. Because it ends up being over there. Oh, is it? It's weird because it's like it's part of the room mono as well. It's like these two kind of go together in a weird way. It's like the pan control does nothing whatsoever. But see, I don't get why it's running through the mono or the stereo channel. Why is it doing that? Hold on. So this mono channel is running through the left-hand side of my stereo channel. Contact? Why are you doing that? Yeah, it's on its own mono channel. It's 12. Why is it doing... Because it should be on this track. But it's not. Why is it not on that track? This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't know why it's going through that track when it's supposed to be going through the overhead mono track. And it is going through the overhead mono track here. But then it's not when it's here. Let me have a look at the overhead stereo track and see where that's going. Okay, so that's going into the overhead mono and the overhead and the room mono tracks. Is where that ends up going to. So have I just got my assignments wrong here? Because should that be 12 and 15 then? Which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Because I want it to be going to this one. Right? It should be going to that one and to that one is where it should be going. Then reset the audio engine. Yeah, there we go. Now it's going all onto the right track. Right, I need to go back and double check all these then. Okay, so that's going onto the right track. That kick is fine. So that's okay. Snare is going just to the one track. That's fine. Hi-hat should be going to this track. If there's any hi-hats in here anywhere. Yeah, which it is. So hi-hat's going to the right track. Tom 1 and Tom 2 doesn't matter because we're not using them anyway. Tom 3 should be going into this track. If I can get a Tom section. Tom fill. Can I get a Tom fill? Yeah, so that's going into the right track. Okay, that one's also going into the right track. Overhead stereo we now know is going to the right place. So overhead mono then should be going to the overhead mono track. But it's going to overhead stereo. So I need to change the overhead mono track to go to overhead mono, which should be that guy. So that should now be corrected. Let's just refresh that. There we go. That's where it should be. Then let's do room stereo. Yeah, which is on the wrong track entirely. So room stereo here should be going to room stereo left and then room stereo right. That's where that should be going. Refresh that. Okay, that's now going to the right place. So then room mono is also wrong. So let's go to room mono. Let's set that to the room mono track. And that should now be fine once I hit the big exclamation. There we go. Finally got there. Is this my sound? This is my take on it. However, the actual project itself is from somebody else who I can't remember the name of. Let me look up the project because I should credit them properly. Let me make sure I get the right credit. Practices, mixing me, that thing, that. Is it references? No. Oh, it's not going to be in there. It's going to be in its original location. It's going to be in covers, I think. Yeah, data remember, have faith in me. Info and drum map. Okay, it is Nathan Cluse is the original artist for this particular version of this track. The actual song itself is by Have Faith in Me by Day to Remember. That's the original. And then this is Nathan Cluse's version of it. So there we go. Just to make sure that I get the right credit in, just so, yeah, people are happy. But yes, Nathan Cluse, very, very talented person to produce all this stuff, which is good. But this is just me practicing, getting my skill back, essentially, with mixing and editing and tweaking things. Because I haven't done it properly in a very long time. I've kind of tinkered and tampered with stuff, but but never actually done like a proper thing in a while. So, so yes, there we go. Crediting all the right people. But also, I now have everything on the right track, because I was like, why was nothing on playing back right? And now it's fine. And now it sounds better. Now it sounds like it should. It doesn't sound weird. But I am going to need to take the room mic out, because that's just too much. It's just too much. So there we go. Anyway, I fixed that little issue. Okay, because this ride is like massively, massively undertuned or some such, I think. Yeah, that ride doesn't sound very nice. Okay, that's closer to where I want it to be. Much closer to where I want it to be. Not quite there, but close enough. So that's fine. Let's do a full tour of the kit, just so I can get some clarity. Okay, they're very similar, but different in their own right. Okay, they're very... Okay, I'm happy with the actual drum part of the kit. It's the cymbals that are starting to cause me a little bit of trouble. Guess that's fine. Okay, that's closer. Right, let's go back a little. This one I think needs to go up a little as well, just to differentiate the two, because they're very similar. Let's put it back in the kit. Okay, let's give that a go in context. No, it doesn't sound right in context. Take it to there maybe and try it in context. Okay, I'm happy with the ride. Just need to sort that other... I think that's too far. Okay, I think it might be there. I could be wrong, but I'm going to roll with that for now. See if there's another part of the song actually as well that has that same part in. Okay, this side seems to be okay. Because it's a nice bounce. Because this little section here has got all of the... let me solo it out. It's got all of the back and forths between the crashes and the china that's over here. And this china, I think, sounds fine. So... there we go. That little tweak to that china just seemed to make that fit better. Let me just double check though. Let me actually move that off screen for a second. Yeah, because it's going to get in my way for a moment. Yeah, see that little tweak to these, just tuning it down ever so slightly, just made that a little bit more interesting. Yeah, just that slight detune on it is what it needed to give it a little bit of distance from the other crash. and they all sound harmonious together now. So I think this is about the right spot for it. So let me do one final tour of the kit. Yeah. Okay. Getting there slowly. Slow progress is progress nonetheless. Right, let me move this back over this side. Just so that you guys can see everything that's going on with that. Right, so. I think these are fine. The only other thing I need to do... Hey, your headache's gone for now. Let's hope it stays that way for a fair while. But yeah, let's hope the headache stays away, because nobody wants headaches. No, headaches are just, you know, a bad little monkey that sits on the shoulder or whatever. I don't know where I'm going with that, but you know what I mean. Bit of a shake-up. Just to keep it mixed. Haha. Right. So yeah, the only other thing to do with these is just to kind of tweak the attack and the decay. Just so they don't ring out for too long. I think there is where I'd want that one to be. What happens if I shorten the decay up? Actually sounds alright. Let's play it and we'll just mess with some things while we go. CPU glitch. Okay, I think I need to do these manually. See, that has a nice decay to it. Yeah, because otherwise that's just far too long. Because with the hold being there as well. Okay, that decays way too quickly. Because it gets cut off at the end. Let's extend that a little. Yeah, again, that's a little too much. But then it does... It kind of doesn't really matter, really, because it's like accented by stuff anyway. Let's maybe bring the hold back then. Because I don't want it to be held for too long. But I do want it to decay nicely. Like, I want it to have this nice, smooth fade out. And see, that's just too much. So the decay has to be up about here somewhere to get what I'm after. Which is that nice, smooth decay, and then it cuts off, but you don't notice that it cuts off. Because by that point, other drums and things will be happening, so it doesn't make that big of a deal. But I do want to control it to a point where it's workable. Like, it's not going to just completely swamp through everything. Because what I don't want to happen is, because this cymbal is getting used heavily in this track, I don't want it to then, when you switch to the other cymbals, continue like getting in the way of the other cymbals. Like, this needs to die off as the other cymbals are being hit, because if this hasn't died off by the time these are like struck, it overlaps too much. And then you just can't tell what's what at that point. So I think the hold might be a little too long on that one. Okay, maybe not. Well, actually, I need to bring the hold back, but the decay up. Okay, no, that still doesn't sound right doing it that way. I think we'll put these back how they were. Yeah, because at least then it sounds a little bit more natural. Because the annoying thing is it doesn't tell me what these times are. It just, like, I know that attack is how quickly the sound starts to happen. Hold is essentially how long does that sound take, or how long does that sound last for, and then the decay is how long it takes for it to fade out or die away. So that's those three controls. But it'd be nice to know like what sort of time these take to do without having to like actually time it. Because then I could get some sort of a sense as to what they're doing more. Because I don't want them to be too much, to the point where they just cut off suddenly. And I think it's probably going to have to be about there somewhere. Yeah. See, now that cuts off too quick. The decay on that needs to come up a little. Okay, let's give that a go. See how that sounds.